And here we go with the finale of the PBA World Series of Bowling for the 60 crowd, number 2 here in Columbus at the Bowling Palace. We're down to our final 5 for the World Championship with Jack Jurek in a position to make it back-to-back years. I'm Dave Lamont. This is PBA Hall of Famer Tom Hess, and of course you all know Tom Carter. This is your home area, Tom.
Yes, it
so
is.
We'll start with you. We're going to, in this opening match, we have a charging Bill Rowe against Brian LeClair, who made his bones early and held on.
Well, Bill Rowe is having a phenomenal season. He already made 2 shows at the World Series. He made one earlier. This is his 4th show going against Brian LeClair. That he has made 3 shows, and Bill Rowe shot 299 to put him into this spot. That first match is going to be huge.
And you got Jack Jurek standing by. Jack had been sharp until the very last game when he fell from 1st to 3rd, but he's been on TV more than us, Tom.
Yeah, Jack has made every show this week, and as you mentioned, looking to become the return champion, back-to-back PBA60 World Champion for Jack Jurek. He's been rock solid all week. Unfortunately, fell to 3rd. He's got a little bit of work to do, but nothing that a guy like Jack can't take care of.
Amleto is next in the number 2 position. He put on a great show near the end. He also had some dark moments today. We can't say we know what we're going to get out of him.
Well, to him, it's speed, and we had a talk. If he keeps his speed, hopefully up around 17 mile an hour, it's great. If his speed drops, he's going to have trouble. Then he's got a brand new guy on the show who's looking for his first title.
Yeah, that would be Larry Verble, who's been brilliant all day long.
Yeah, today Larry really stepped it up. We saw yesterday, Larry's been all around the pocket. He ran into a little bit of misfortune yesterday. I think he left 4 7-9s, about 6 solid 9s after 7 10s, excuse me. But today, none of that, and he absolutely crushed and is our number 1 seed.
Looking for his first national title, as is Bill Rowe. We are just about ready to drop the puck on this. Let's go. We are on the World Championship pattern, the longest of the 3 so far, with the lowest volume. And it has been an entertaining pattern, not always, if you're a bowler, that is.
Yeah, Tom, back to your point, what those games from Pete and Bill made Brian LeClair bowl to stay on.
Yeah, exactly.
What a performance from those top 7 players.
And nope, can't get the roll on the 4 to get things started.
Yeah, Brian playing the lanes very similar to where he played this morning. Brian's using the concept from Storm, a ball that he pretty much used all day long. I was chatting to him after that day. He switched a little bit in his match against Chris Warren into reactive. Couldn't throw a double, he said, so he went back to the concept. He said that 250 might be the best game he bowled all week because he didn't know that ball was going to strike, but he knew it was going to get to the pocket and stepped up and bowled 250.
Well, that's the biggest thing about this pattern, getting to the pocket, because I think speed played a huge part of getting to the pocket. And this gentleman stepping up, Bill Rowe, has had firm speed. He's been throwing a GB5 hybrid, and he didn't switch balls all day, which is kind of unheard of because the transition and the pattern changing, going from one side of the house to the other, he got to stay in that ball the whole time. But I think his firmness of his wrist and his speed was key for him to get here.
Bill bowled himself out of the top 5 into the top 5.
Bill's last 15 frames today were absolutely incredible. He threw the back 5 after struggling in game number 5 and then the 299 to get here, and starts like he finished.
Yeah, we were talking, Tom Hess and I were talking about, man, Bill's in big trouble in game 5. He may not win the game. He may not even get to 200, blah, 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 blah. He ends up bowling a 214, got the 30 bonus pins, and then just exploded from there.
Well, on the low end of the house, he was worried about 15 and 16. We talked about that at the beginning of this morning before they ever started. Watch 15 and 16 because he had trouble on that pair yesterday, and he knew he had to hit it one more time, and it started out pretty much scary. I guess that would be the word. He marked, and then it was split, small spare, and then he kind of figured things out at the end.
Bill, looking for his first national title, has 3 regional titles. All righty then, no trouble at all. Bill's 4th show of the year, and he was, of course, already on 1 show here, finished. In fact, in every show he's been on so far this year, he has finished 3rd. In the Ballard of Monacelli at the 50 World Series of Bowling, and at this World Series of Bowling here, 3rd in the Web.
Yeah, Brian, that's just a little bit right. That's the kind of what he's fighting. You know, that ball doesn't hook a whole lot when he misses to the right.
And if you miss to the right too far on this pattern, now you're thinking, you know, we got 29 mils, and it's 44 feet, and you would think that the ball would just, because it's not a lot of volume, would just peel off.
Oh, Brian.
And it didn't peel at all.
Yeah, and that is a major error by LeClair this early in the game. And take a now look at that World Series of Bowling Championship pattern.
Yeah, and the reason that it won't hook to the right, you can see how flat it is from 5 to the gutter. No shape at all. The shape starts at 5 and works into about 13. That's why the guys are going to start right around 13, 14, 15, anywhere in there. 44 feet, 29.56 mils of oil, 3.7 to 1. And this baby's been tricky, using infinity oil.
From talking to the guys on this pattern, there's a spot between 16 and what they're calling 30 feet. If they can get through that spot clean, they can get the ball to read the back end. If you don't get through that spot of the lane the right way, you leave something like Brian just left.
Yeah, a surprising washout here. Super washout for Brian, but makeable. And no, back-to-back open frames for Brian LeClair here in the early going for the PBA60 World Championship.
Well, Bill's playing them like 18 to 10. And if you watch his wrist action, for a lot of the younger players, they got a lot of flexibility in their wrist right at the point of release. It looks to me like Bill is just really keeping it firm, locked up through it, which I believe gives him a little bit longer skid pattern and allowing him to read the back end more consistently.
Nah, not going to get there.
And the difference there, reason that one didn't carry, as Tom was mentioning, he's playing to 10. That one, you could see, got just right of the tracer down lane, and I think if Bill rolls it right over that tracer, it's going to strike every time, unless it's solid 9s, which unfortunately he's left a couple of those. I shouldn't even put that out into the universe. But
you know, what was weird
but it
about
happens.
what was weird about today is we saw a bunch of solid 9s early and hardly saw any as the day went on. Maybe we're just looking in the right places.
Dead eye on the spare. I think Tommy can kind of agree to this. When you're crossing 18, 19, 20, somewhere in there, and only taking it to 10, visually, for a lot of players, maybe league players at home, that seems like a pretty tight line because you want to give it more room to the right and see it bounce back, you know, harder on the back end. So your tendency is to want to send it to the right a little farther.
Yeah, I agree, Tom. Normally when you're playing, you know, on most of the patterns you're playing, you know, 18, you're trying to throw it out to about 5 because you're trying to get it through the front part of the lane. But here early, at least before the lanes transition, got to keep it tight.
That was like,
yeah, that one was right over the down lane marker.
and that's hard visually for a lot of players to see. You know, I can attest to that.
If you're saying that guy's on TV again, yeah, Brian was just on last week as the runner-up at South Shore, lost to Liz Johnson. That was Brian's last title in 2019 was at South Shore. He owns 5 PBA50 titles and 23 regionals.
You can see Brian's curving it just a little bit more.
Yeah, he's got more shape on the back end of the lane.
His ball at that down lane tracer is about 8. We'll get a good look at it here. See how his ball is just right of the tracer. Bill is rolling right over the tracer.
Yeah, Brian's ball, you can see it change direction where you don't see a lot of shape with Bill's ball. And I think guys that like to see shape on the back end, that's what got them in trouble on the pattern because their eyes wouldn't allow them to see what they needed to do.
Yeah, and one guy that just missed was Pete Weber, and we know that Pete likes, oh, that's left.
See, and that was left. He got it out to 8 before. That was 12. That was a 4-board miss on the back end.
Yeah, it was 3 or 4 at the arrows as well. You know, he's already left a 2-pin and then a 1, 2, 4, 6, 10, so he knows he can't just throw it over there. And that's where you can't miss for sure is left. Bill with a little bit higher speed than Brian and more up the back. Brian kind of gets around a little bit more than Bill, is allowing Bill to play straighter.
And I think that's the key. And we have another fellow on the show, Jack Jurek, I think is kind of playing the same way that Bill is. Those two guys could be hitting head to head here pretty soon.
Yeah, Jack is next. He finished in third after holding first place, but was defeated by Larry Verble, and Jack also did not bowl a good last game. He awaits the winner.
That was a little left at the arrows. I thought he was normally around 18. That looked more like 21 from my angle, but it could have changed the shape on the back end of the lane. But we've seen a lot of 10 pins. If you hit the pocket, the key was to try to carry. That was the hard part for a lot of players.
Yeah, and that was a different 10 pin than the 10 pin he left last time. That was a ring 10. The other one was more of a flat 10 with a 6 pin just sets in the gutter and kind of stays there.
I think Bill's getting pretty comfortable making these shows.
He's so good. You got to figure odds are that he will grab one of these days. Plenty of international experience, bowling for Team Canada.
Bill's taking a re-rack on that left lane.
Interesting. Have not seen that yet.
Yeah, if you count the 4 shows we had at the 50 World Series and the 3 shows we've had here, that's 7. He's made 4 of them. He's making over half the shows. That's pretty darn good.
Percentages should be with you. You're going to win one sooner or later.
You would think so, yes.
Going to have to take the long way tonight in the opening match.
It's like you, Tommy. You like climbing the ladder. You're good at it.
Oh, that one's right.
Whoa.
Yeah, oh, and is he going to get the... Yeah, see, just the 2 pin. You can't... That was right, but that wasn't way right. That just shows how tough this pattern is.
That could have turned into something else. That could have been a 2-8-10. It
Easily.
really could have. Easily.
And he got the 8 out late to make it a simple spare for Bill.
And this is funny. And we're here at the PBA60, and we're talking about speed. And Bill is throwing it really pretty firm, 17 plus. And you don't see a lot of 60-year-old players throwing it as firm as Bill can throw it.
And he is just freshly 60, turned 60 this year. Became eligible for these events.
And I think, unfortunately, Pete didn't make the show, but I think that kind of cost him. His speed was kind of going up and down today. I mean, in the position round match, he threw the best speed I've seen all day. He threw it firmer, and he had a great look.
Were you listening? That's what I said all day.
Yeah,
Pete's speed control was awful today. Brian, yeah, light again.
And there's a 2-8 that Bill didn't get.
Brian's shaking his head. I wish I could go down and ask him, did he think he threw that good and it just didn't hook? Or is he just getting a little bit tricked by the pair where he thought, you know, did he miss right? So
this pair was not used in the match play competition over the last 2 days. It's been saved for this night.
.28, not the easiest pickup on this pattern.
No, and he kind of stared at that as if, go back to your point, Tom, I wonder if he thought he made a good shot and didn't respond.
Yeah, now he's coming down there. I think he's going to make a ball change. He sure is. He's coming to the bag. And he has grabbed a transform pearl.
Well, he's down 30 in the 5th, so he needs to do something, and hopefully it works.
And I think the reason for the ball change is Bill hasn't missed the pocket, and Brian's kind of been all over the place, so he knows he's going to have to throw a string of strikes. I don't think that he believes Bill is going to back up to him. He's going to have to go run Bill down.
It just seems like when you swing the ball too much and you get it too far outside, it just gets unbelievably lazy down lane. It just doesn't peel off the back end like you would think most longer patterns that we play on. You got to send it to 5, and it just peels off. And I think sometimes maybe we get used to that, and we get tricked up on something that doesn't do that.
And Brian was throwing a ball that kind of amplifies that. He's throwing a concept that when you're using that ball, you're trying to use the front part of the lane, not so much the back part of the lane. The ball change now, I think he's going to try to use more of the back part of the lane.
And a massive break of the 7-10 being cut in half. Messenger almost took out the 10.
Well, the shots that he hasn't carried so far, he's getting it right of the tracer down lane instead of on top of it. And every time he's done that, he's left a 10.
Max score for Bill, 248. For Brian, 215.
With this conversion, it'll be 237.
And it is 237, 215 now, 22 for Bill. LeClair off of a strike.
Right now, it looks like a game of who can stay clean. It's not about who's striking so much.
When you go back to that second and third for LeClair, a simple whiff on a 2-pin, just a mental error, and then a super washout. Nothing super about it if you're Brian. It's been fine since then, but Bill Rowe hasn't made a mistake.
Bill doesn't strike here and Brian steps up and throws a double, though. Bill's going to be thinking about it come the 9th, 10th frame.
Well, I think we all seen so many matches that got won from the 8th, 9th, and 10th. Guys really getting lined up in those last 3 frames and turning on the heat.
That's a really good one.
My
that
goodness.
was right of the tracer again down there.
Yeah, and that's the first one that has rung a 10 when he got it right of the tracer.
And the scores shrink a little more. Now 226 for Bill if he makes this.
Oh, boy.
Which he barely did.
Oh, that looked right off his hand.
I
I didn't think he was going to get that.
don't know if it's the angle or what, but he got way more of that than I thought he was going to. So now Brian just needs simple. Step up, throw 2 strikes, sit back down, and hope you have a chance. Made the ball change with the light swisher on the left lane. See him slightly adjusting.
All right.
Well, that ball responded way better down lane around 7 than the previous shots that he made. Obviously,
Yeah.
a stronger ball.
Yeah, switching to the reactive ball, in my opinion, is going to give him the off hit that he's not going to get. The concept was going more forward when it got to the pins. That one's still going a little bit left to right and gives him the light swisher.
Definitely tightening up the match.
Yes, it did. One more here is going to make it really close. And Bill's going to have to perform to shut Brian out. Oh, my goodness.
Whoa, the solid 9 returns at an inopportune time.
And he didn't get that one out quite as far as he did the previous one. And that ball never stopped. It just kept going left.
Yeah, and that's the bad thing, I guess you could say, about using reactive. Once it keeps going, it's going to keep going left. What a great shot. Wow.
That makes life a lot easier for Bill going into the 9th and 10th.
194 max score
Man, that's
for Brian LeClair.
awful.
Basically, just a couple of marks for Bill. He's going to advance to take on Jack. Right over the tracer.
Flush.
Looked like he took a little more time there. I was like, don't study too long.
He did that a couple times earlier today, too, as it was getting closer to him making it into the top 5. Tom and I noticed he took a little bit longer time than normal. Nothing ridiculous, but he was patient, and he threw strikes then, too.
Any mark will get it done.
Well, just making this top 5 on this pattern is a feat in itself. and I don't think the guys realize, you know, how great they bowled for 18 games on this pattern to make the show. Well, he fired through that one.
Wait a minute.
Oh, look at that.
Somebody was going to get that 10-pin down or some pin because there was a head pin heading over there, and the 6-pin got there first.
Snap that out of the gutter.
Yeah, Bill carries the 10. Brian leaves the 9. Going to be the deciding shot of the match.
Bill moves on to meet Jack Jurek, the guy that's made every show, making the PBA60 look like home.
Yeah, he's been a killer out here in the 60 tour.
Doesn't make a difference. Bill is on to the meeting Jack Jurek in this next match.
And Brian will just move the show along a little bit more quickly.
The old what ifs. Brian's bowling great. I know he's disappointed right now, but great momentum going into Akron.
So Bill shoots 215. And Brian with a chance of 194.
Why is it when you know you're beat, the ball comes off your hand and you strike every time?
Yeah, it goes back to that one shot. Now, who knows how Bill would have reacted, and he may have still ended up winning if Brian had. And don't forget, he still had the edge, and he had ball in hand to win. So there were a lot of things in Bill's favor, but
Yeah.
that was a horrible break for LeClair.
That
nonetheless.
solid 9 was
Our next match,
huge.
congratulations to our number 5.
I don't think we've seen that yet, except for the solid 9 that
Yeah.
Brian left.
Well, and maybe the fact that he won 2, 4, 6, 10 on that lane as well. But through those first 20 frames that were bowled, Tommy, I didn't see any glaring differences in these lanes.
I see another strike.
Yeah, right over 10 on the tracer down lane.
And right over the 4th arrow. It was 20 to 10. Boom.
Well, you can't see transition, but your ball will be your guide. It'll let you know. Unfortunately, when it happens, it can happen in just one shot and get you totally off guard.
And Jack, who had plus 1,083 for this World Championship, all the events. And are these guys going to play this fairly similarly?
Well, I would think they would. I mean, they're pretty both firm with their wrist through the bottom of the release, and they get the ball through the front part of the lane. Seems easier than some of the other players. So Jack's a little bit right of where Bill's at, but I think they're both looking at kind of the same shape.
Yeah, very similar shapes. I think both of them were trying to roll it right over the down lane marker. From that first shot, it looked like Jack is about 3 boards to the right. Oh, that one was not good.
Yeah,
oh,
he
and
paid
pays the price.
Yeah, he sure did. It's so funny. As soon as you said 3 boards to the right, he lets it go, and I'm going, that's not 3 boards to the right.
No, that was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one on the right lane was over about 17, and Bill's was over right about 20. Down lane, pretty much the same break point. Can we see something cool? Bounce one out.
That would be nice. But Jack in the position round, for whatever reason, just seemed like he got miscombobulated and kind of started out like this in the position round, which really surprised me because he's been spot on for 17 games.
Well, he bowled his 5th game on that same pair and bowled 230, and there was a little spot on the lane. He said he had to get over it, and he just got a little bit tricked. Sometimes, he said, bowling on a lane you just bowled on can be a bad thing, and that time it happened to be a bad thing to him.
That was inside also.
Wait a minute. One more. Anything else? No.
Well, he got a better break out of that. I thought he was going to take the 6 pin out of that and leave the 310.
Well, that might have, either that or might have taken the 6 into the 3. That's what I thought might have happened there for a moment. But, yeah, he does get probably the best possible outcome.
Yeah, the huge break. Jack goes high, leaves the 4-6-7. Billy goes high, leaves just the 3-6.
And then does that.
Dead chops it. Never got the ball going right. But here's, as a player, the ball skids so much to the right when you send it to the right. I think he might have thought, I can't give it too much to the right. I'll take the 6 off the 3. Well, he did just the opposite. He held on to it a little bit, kind of squared it up, takes the 3 off the 6. That 3, 6, 9, 10 combination, whichever ones you leave, I think are the PBA's nightmare. 3, 6, 3, 6, 10, 3, 6, 9, 10, 3, 10. $20 to 10. Maybe 10 and a half.
Yeah, well, it might have been, I mean, it wasn't a bad shot by any means, but it might have been just slightly left. Hit the left edge of the down lane marker.
It shadowed it.
His heart was started again after that shot, though. So Jack Jurek able to get away with a bad shot with the unforced error by Bill.
Yeah, there's
My
another one.
Lord. What is going on with Jack?
Wow.
That was almost straight down 20 instead of giving it away.
Yeah, his last 2 shots haven't even been close.
No.
No, this is very surprising.
The only thing that I can think of is that in his practice shots, he missed it a little right and it didn't recover. So he's so scared to not throw it to the right.
I was just going to say, I hate to say it, but is it possible he's kind of getting the jits a little bit? I mean, he's there and he wants it so bad he just can't let go of it?
I don't know. His practice wasn't all that great.
It wasn't.
Well, his position round wasn't that great either.
No. But his practice, he seemed like he left a lot of really strange looks. Big 4 I saw on one of them, so maybe he's just not comfortable on this pair.
Yeah, he got 8 shots and he threw 3 different bowling balls and decided to go with the one that he was using at the end of the day.
That's left again.
Yeah,
that
sure is.
And that was the ball change to the Viking Conquest. He's just, for some reason, he just looks afraid to let it go.
Yeah, his angle, which to me there isn't any, through the front part of the lane, where Bill's creating an angle through the front part, and it looks like Jack is going just straight down the lane. He's just not getting it over there. Or not
No,
staying
Tommy,
open.
I got to be completely honest. I don't think Jack has liked his execution at all on his last 3 shots. For some reason, he's just not opening it up and throwing it over there.
So it's more of an execution issue than a ball issue.
That's what I think for Jack.
Okay.
I really do.
You hear in the practice of Amleto, Monacelli, also Larry Verble getting in a couple of shots as well. Larry, the #1 seed. Amleto awaits the winner here.
The TV pairs always play a little bit different because all 5 players get to come out and bowl 20 minutes of practice, break them down how they want. So a lot of times a TV pair isn't even what you've seen throughout the day to get there. That looked a little left at the front part of the lane, like he made the move.
That was like 22 at the front part of the lane.
Let's look at it again.
But right over the tracer.
Right over the tracer. Right? So it seems to be the key is get it to that tracer somehow. I don't think you can be too square because the ball goes left on you. So you got to figure out how to angle it through the front part of the lane to get it to the tracer, but not past the tracer, unless you just have a boatload of hand.
Well, and Jack's first shot was right over the tracer, and then his last 3, he just has not executed.
It was just a good old-fashioned fastball there.
Yeah, he fired on that ball.
So Quick even got up on his toe a little bit, kind of fell out of that one. He's been really solid. Got to be careful not to overthrow it when you're trying to do that.
He threw that 16.6. I mean, he's trying to keep it online. I think Jack's a little bit softer with his speed. That was 20 again, but that held. Well, that was like 20 to 12. Looked like.
Yeah, because that one got going right, Tom. He made the move to the left with his feet. Did hit about 18 instead of, his first shot was more like 16. Just inside the downlane marker, but it laid there.
He desperately needed a break.
That's also a ball change.
Yeah, that's back to the one that he was throwing from the Viking Conquest.
And to your point, Tom Carter, about not wanting it to get too far right, look what happened.
Yeah, you get it right at the marker, unless your axis rotation is a lot like Pete's or maybe even Brian LeClair, you're not getting it back.
Really kind of needs to make this. And gets a ringing 10 on it. Oh, boy.
He is just, I hate to say it, kind of lost.
That was another bad shot, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think he's trying so hard that he was so locked up to throw it over there that he overthrew it over there and missed too far to the right.
Life getting a little bit easier for Bill. His max 268. The best Jack can do now, 214.
I agree with you. I think he's just so locked up, he can't execute. I mean, he's trying to play the right part of the lane. He just can't get it done.
After his first shot of the match, I thought, yeah, we're in for a barn burner here. That was left, too.
Ooh.
And
So it looks like the right lane could be the nemesis tonight compared to the 2 previous shows where it was the left lane. Possibility.
Yeah, there's a possibility of that, Tommy, but I think they're both really hard. And we just saw Jack miss the head pin over there. We've seen Brian miss the head pin on the left. That one, to me, was left. We talked about how every time Bill's got it to roll over the down lane marker, it's been dead flush. That one was inside by about 2 boards, went high. The fact that he's trying to throw it so hard, that one was 17.13.
Well, when you're trying to throw it that hard, there's got to be a tendency to grab it to hang on.
That's what I was going to say. I was waiting for him to shoot. That when you try to throw it that hard, you're also going to hit up on it a little bit.
There has to be more grip pressure to throw it that hard.
The lead is 19 for Bill. And we got a funny feeling something weird is going to happen before this game is over with.
It's kind of funny, even though Bill has thrown a 3-bagger, he's not that far ahead in this match.
Nope.
Yeah, no. Yeah, just 19.
Yeah, it's.
And Jack, an awful break on that spare. This would be even closer.
Right.
Wrapping the head pin around it.
Well, that was kind of unique. Last time on that lane, he was like 22 to 10, and that was more like 20 to 10. A little bit different through the front. So which one of those was a miss?
Yeah, or is he just moving all over the place because he's not in control? Bill using the ball used all day today, the GB5 hybrid. I think Jack might have made another ball change.
As far as I can tell, Bill is still throwing the GB5 hybrid. He's been throwing that all day.
And Jack, again, just not executing at the level of a guy who finished at plus 1,083.
Yeah, that was a ball change for Jack. That was to the Vengeance Returns. That one overhooks. That one has a little bit quicker response than the GTX. And you get out of here. Even though you've been bowling so good, Jack has made every one of these shows. They still go so fast, and you get far behind, and all of a sudden your brain gets, going 100 miles an hour, and it's hard to slow down and just say, hey, that was a bad shot. That was a bad shot. I don't need a ball change. I just need to make a better shot. And Jack has fired through a couple of balls here, and I think if he comes back and rewatches this, he might think that, hey, I just didn't bowl my best game here.
I think you're right as far as I think his heart rate's going. He's breathing a little fast. He's got to slow time down and get back into control.
Well, let me know how that works.
Work just like that?
Yep. So I'm talking about the slowing the time down. You mean that's what I'd like to know about.
So that was way better. Big move left. But Bill Rowe in control. Jack's max just 204. But Bill only pacing 193, so still a lot of bowling to go.
You said it earlier. These matches have been won basically in the 8th, 9th, and 10th. They figure it out.
That's better.
Oh, no.
7-10. Not so better.
Wow.
That ball just never read. It looked like he got his hand around that a little bit more, like it never. You see his follow through is like the palm of his hand is almost facing the pins.
But the way he reacted when he threw it, he starts to back it up like this has a chance.
You see that ball hit and just take off to the right?
Yeah, well, I thought that was good.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I mean, it was right over what he has been targeting. We've seen this thing made 3 times this week. Everybody's shooting at the 7. Bill's going to throw at the 10. Oh, got it to bounce up.
That changes the whole dynamics.
Boy, does it ever. I was about to say the max scores now are out of control here. This is, I told you something weird was going to happen.
201 to 204.
Yep. Advantage Jurek.
Isn't that crazy?
Gotta love bowling.
Bill has not made a spare yet. You go back to the one that he shouldn't have missed, which was the 3-6. A 4-7-9 and a 7-10, obviously, you're going to cut him a little bit of slack there. But the 3-6, no.
Tommy, I think he made, Dave just reminded me about the 4-7-9. I bet he made an adjustment, moved a little left because he went high in 4-7-9. Ball got behind it in 7-10. Wow.
This has been his buddy. This lane he struck on every time. And now that.
That wasn't quite on top of the marker down lane. That was more like 11. That changes the whole dynamics of this game.
Boy, life got a little bit easier for Jack Jurek, but Jack is still going to have to finish this off. He will have ball in hand to win.
191, best Bill can shoot.
Yeah, Jack can win this now in the 9th and 10th while Bill sits on the bench.
Yep.
Still got a strike in the 9th, 10th, and 11th.
And he has not doubled yet in this game, has Jack. This will be the first spare that Bill has made.
Yeah, that ball was backing up, going down the lane.
Yep, that's his first spare. Now he has to sit and watch. So this is strike, spare on this lane for Jack.
Staying with the ball change, he 3-6'd. Last time, this was the first shot he threw with this ball. The Vengeance returns on the right lane.
It's got to get. Oh!
And the goofiness continues.
That was a great shot, and he was expecting that to carry.
Yeah, moved a little left, tried to create just a little bit more shape. It was a great adjustment off the 3-6.
Now he can't lock Bill out.
No, but he definitely needs to throw some strikes in the 10th. I mean, this is a match of the lanes transitioning, and we're getting closer to the title. Heart rates are getting faster.
Yeah, a couple of decent counts with Mark here. He's still going to force Bill to mark. If he can throw a double and get 7, he's going to force Bill to throw a double to win.
Yep. Double here is huge.
Boy, this lane's been hard on him, though.
He got it to go right that time, right over the tracer. That was a great shot.
Arguably his best of the match.
I think he got himself under control.
His last 3 shots have been really, really good.
Looks
got to
good.
push a little bit. Yeah, I
Looks
think that
good.
one was in, kind of.
It was in a little bit, but it held down the lane.
Yeah, faced up, rolled forward. Eight would be huge, but 7 still forces the double to win. If he gets 7, Bill would need strike and then a spare to tie.
He's just got to get more than 7.
Taking a re-rack.
It looks good.
What a finish by Jack Jurek to shoot 184.
Forces him. He's got a double. again, so many of these matches come down to the 8th, 9th, and 10th, and it shows it right here.
Yeah, Bill's going to have to, he struck once on this lane back in the 4th frame. 3-6 that he chopped, strike in the 4th, 4-7-9 in the 6th, and a 7-10 in the 8th.
Solid.
Got the first one. Just tipped the 10 out. It wasn't like he blasted the whole rack, but he tipped the 10 out. This one, not for the win, but it helps him get close.
It gets him very close. He'll just need 4 pins if he can get this one.
To me, like he's made a little bit of a move to the left, kind of getting around it just a little bit more. Taking his time.
He should be getting used to the pressure on TV as many times as he's made it here this season so far. Office, you don't like it at all.
He's wide, and Jack Jurek survives to fight again.
Wow, what a finish.
Unbelievable. It looked like he just lost it or missed it off the bottom at the bottom of the swing.
Yeah, he just made sure to got it, you know, high pressure situation.
So it'll be Amleto, Monacelli. I'm sorry, Tom.
Go ahead, Dave.
No, that's all right.
I was just going to say, high pressure situation, had to trust it, had to get it over there. Unfortunately, Bill's first really bad shot of the 2 matches.
Right.
So Bill will finish 4th. Jack will then take on Amleto Monacelli in a rematch of the Webb final, which Jurek won in a roll-off. And these 2 good friends will face off. Amleto, the number 2 seed, and the number 1 seed gets Larry Verble.
How about a round of applause for Amleto Monacelli? Higher seed has a choice of starting lane, and Amleto has decided that Jack Jurek will start the match.
That surprises me.
How so?
Because Amleto just told me he didn't like the left lane.
Well, then, Tommy, let me be devil's advocate. Jack just struck out on the left lane, struck in the 8th, and then all 3 times in the 10th.
Correct.
To force Bill to mark. Maybe he doesn't want Jack to have the 10th frame again on that lane. Maybe that's why. You know, if he doesn't have a big difference in the lanes, you know, Jack's going to have to bowl his 10th on the right lane now. And Jack only struck on that lane once, if I remember correctly.
Oh, wow.
That took off. Holy cow.
Talked about it 2 nights ago, Tommy. This is the game where 12 shots are thrown on the pair before Jack comes back on. This is the big move. Jack, I just don't think, made a big enough adjustment to get to where he needed to be. And this time the difference in the last game is he didn't leave the 4-6-7, just the 4-7. Comes away with the spare. Now,
Amleto will be throwing an alert pinned down.
You went and talked to him, Tommy. What's his lane play strategy?
Well, he doesn't like the left. He goes, it really hooks a lot, the left lane. So he's choosing to go with a pin down to be a smoother motion. He really wanted to throw it. He's got a pin up alert down there.
And he's got a headache in the first frame. I feel like with Amleto, we're either going to get a 279 or a 179. There's not going to be anything in the middle.
Well, he better hope for.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
279. Right.
It just seemed like that's what he was like today, though. He was either just crushing the pins, or there were times that he was really fighting whatever he was fighting in order to score.
What I kind of saw watching his practice shots and watching him bowl yesterday morning and this morning, excuse me, I was waiting to see what happened there. He's playing too far to the right. And on this particular pair, now with all the practice and the games that have been bowled, he's trying to stay to the right. And I don't think personally that he can stay to the right. I think he's going to have to move a little bit to the left.
I agree with that.
He tried to throw that one through it, and it didn't get through it. And if this one's hooking more and he doesn't move more left, he's going to do the same thing. Great look right over Amleto's shoulder.
Yeah, he's like 16, 17. But he's throwing it 17 point. No, I take that back. That was 18-6.
I think Amleto's was 18-6 on the right. He's really humming it down there, and that's been one of the things that Amleto's been doing to stay to the right is using his ball speed.
Well, he's using a lot of it.
He's got another ball out, too. And solid for Jack Jurek.
Jack Lowe was a little left of the marker down lane.
Yeah, he's made the move now, Tommy. He's moved inside and has brought his break point in with him. That one was more like 23 at the arrows.
The 12, it looked like. 11, 12.
Well, we showed you the Amleto throwback. It's only fair to give you a Jack Jurek throwback.
Yeah, we all had dark hair back then. We had hair back then. 22-3 to 12 again.
Boy,
And
just
that lane is getting brutal.
somebody's got a train noise somewhere. It's not my computer or my phone because I muted my phone. Is that you?
No, not me.
It's not me.
Yeah, somebody here. Somebody in the crowd, I guess.
I didn't even hear a train.
Yeah, it sounded like a ding, 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 ding for a little bit. Like a little phone alarm. All right, another 4-7-9. And he'll just take the 2. And so once again, early on, both bowlers with open frames.
I think on that left lane now, Jack can move a little bit further and open it up. I think it's going to recover. Wonder if he's, you know, to me it looks like the transition is happening. Larry only got to throw 4 shots, but he came in and threw shots left of where anybody had thrown a ball in any of the matches. And now I didn't pay attention to what Larry did in practice. Did Larry throw him over there in practice too? And now Jack is transitioning into where Larry threw in the warm-up.
Yeah, Larry is way farther left. Well, we're on the PBA, what they call it, the PBA60 World Champion pattern, 44 feet, 29 mils of oil.
Toppled the pocket there.
So I don't know Amleto's arsenal, whether he's got pin up and pin down balls, but that was the GB5 hybrid that he has been throwing pretty much the whole time on this pattern.
Well, I think he went to that for the fact that he's going to have a quicker response on the back end than that alert. And it's going to be a little cleaner through the front part of the lane.
Well, and this is a ball change. He threw it on the right lane. He just took his thumb out of it, and he's throwing something different over here on the left.
Which he did the last time he was on the show. The last show he made, he did the same thing. That was the web.
Oh.
That was the alert. Yeah, Dave, he did that on the web, but it was a urethane ball on the right to a reactive ball on the left.
Okay.
So tiny different bit, you know,
Right.
of a different circumstance, but still, you know, the same move.
It looks like, which it's kind of, I guess kind of obvious, Amleto's chosen to go with speed, trying to hold the line on that left lane. I think giving it away or trying to play that break point with that spot that is just so technically flat from 16 to, I want to say 30 feet, getting the ball through that part of the lane has been a trick.
Yeah, and Larry's been the one that's been able to do that the best from the left.
Which is why he sits in the #1 seat. And Larry Verble, when he arrives in a few more shots, will be going for his first national title.
That's 23, and that was like 12, 13. He has not given up the pocket hardly at all.
I think from what you said that Amleto's got the left lane hooking more. Watching Jack, I think the left lane's hooking more. I think he needs to make a couple of left with his feet.
He's got to get more lefter.
Yeah, got to get more lefter. Easy for me to say. He's got to make a move a couple boards to the left. Open this lane up. I think this lane, is going to come back on this lane if he gets it over there and doesn't overthrow it. Does look like he's moved a little left.
That was like 23.
And that will
a break? No.
not be a double for Jack. No.
Looked like he was going to roll that 10 out, but just didn't hit it.
And I think that one was a little more firm.
Well, he threw that 15.09, according to the speed monitor up there. Uh-oh.
Look out.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. Hung on there. But his reaction was...
a couple days ago we seen that on that left lane.
Yeah.
He missed a 10-pin, threw it in the ditch, right in front of the pin.
Yeah, his reaction was not a positive one.
It's still anybody's game. They're searching.
Perfect.
Went to the GB5 hybrid.
I think that one was left and laid there for him, to me. I thought that was a little left of where he tried to throw the other one that was dead flush, but with his speed.
Yeah, he's right
able
at
to get through there.
17.
Yeah, he had made that change to the GB5 last time. That's 2 strikes in a row on the left lane. He's making the change back to the alert again on the left lane.
Not unusual to throw 2 different balls.
No, it's not.
Looking for a second double of the match. And
man, he is firing on that thing.
That one was 17 and a half.
Yeah. He is just unloading on that left lane.
So if he makes this,
What do you like? Well, we've seen some.
I know. That's why I said that. If he makes this, we have the possibility of a tie.
You're alluding that he might not.
On it. On it. But I don't know if you heard, but when he made the 10-pin to defeat LeClair and knew he was going to move up, there was sarcastic applause from his fans when he made the 10. So. All right, Jack's 2 for 2 on this lane.
That was like 23 to. He's keeping it tight. 23, 12, 13. Pocket sits on 17 and a half, so that ball's not making a very big move at the back end of the lane.
Yeah, no, not at all. I'm shocked that he hasn't struck on this lane after the 10th frame performance that he had. That one was 14-9.
Big difference in speed between these two players.
That's better. That one.
There you go.
Snaps
light
out
hitter.
to 7.
And that's Jurek's first double.
That ball didn't look like, it looked like it was going to lay off on the back end.
Targeting wise, I thought it was better, but it stood up and went forward. It didn't come off of it. And that one was 14.87. So speed control pretty good for Jack.
Amleto has to get another one to match Jurek and stay even.
I gave that one away a little bit. That one was a little further right than the one.
It'll be interesting if he
Fifth.
is he going to stick with the alert?
Yep.
He is. Well, you know this is going to be 17. He can't afford to get slow because you know where it's going. It's going to go right through the face.
Oh! How did that happen?
You normally don't see the 10 pin just fall forward.
That was remarkable because you saw the 6 disappear. I don't know where it went, and all of a sudden the 10 falls over.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a solid 10.
Yep, sure looked like one. So we stay even. Jurek hasn't even come close to missing on this lane.
Oh, that was farther left.
And he does.
Boy, you black catted him.
Big time. Didn't mean to do it either.
Yeah, got over the top of that one. Didn't get it going to the right.
Yeah, that was more like 24-25. Almost fifth arrow. Oh, that looked like there for a second that could have been a chop. But thank God it wasn't.
So 216 to max now for Jack.
238 max
Yep.
for Amleto.
So I was about to say, Amleto's going to have ball in hand here.
Little tape work here for Jack.
And again, this is not the final. We have one more to go. Larry Verble.
Looking for his first national title and it being a major.
And Larry's not a full-time operator out here. He is in the bowling industry, but this is just his 4th event, making his first show on this year. He's made other shows before. Yes, sir.
That was pure. Well, at least he set himself up for the 10th. Possible 216 max score for Jack.
Amleto's last win on the PBA60 tour was 2022 in Columbus, back when we had the Tristan's Taps tournament.
Did he shoot 300 in that show?
He's shot 300 in like 3 or 4 times on shows since I've been around. I think he did.
Uh-oh. Whoa. I thought that was left. That looked left and high to me. At least from my angle looking at the monitor.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Tom. He thought it was too. That's why he went down to a knee.
He can do that and bounce up fairly quickly. A lot of guys out here can't do that.
If I'd have went down to one knee, you'd have been out there helping me back up.
That shows you the conditioning he is, because he can do that better than anybody on this tour. Can he get another one here? It'd be big. Be real big.
Oh, that's way, way, way. Oh,
7-10. Gone.
That was way right, and he's walking it out. Please come back.
That one will wrap it up with 5 on the fill. He's gonna, or 5 on the next shot. He's gonna advance.
I don't know. I saw that. I thought that was too far right, but I'm watching his reaction.
That's what I was yelling. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Like, he thought that was a good shot. You don't walk out the bad ones.
Well, it didn't look like that shot there.
Whew. Oh boy. Well, Amleto's in the finals. He's defeated his friend Jack Jurek, and so
that's a reverse play than the other night that we had.
Yep. So it's another third-place finish for Jack, but his PBA60 World Series of Bowling ends up with, in 2026, a win and 2/3.
It's a pretty solid 6 days of work.
Yeah, it is.
Amleto, the runner-up in the web, gets a small measure of revenge by beating his friend Jack, who got him in the final. Getting all the breaks now.
Yep. But you get them all when you're just relaxed. You walk up and throw it.
Well, and he moved left on those 2 shots, too. After the one in the 10th, he did move a little left.
Well, he's going to be in Larry Verble territory because Larry's going to be way left. He will probably be in front of the ball return on the right lane. So a win and 2/3 almost sounds like 2 wins. And Larry gets how many shots?
10.
10.
That's another whole game almost.
And a round of applause
194 for Jack.
Outstanding World Series he had again this year.
Well, of course, I said we would either get a 279 or 179 from Amleto, so we get 238, right smack in the middle, exactly opposite of what I thought was going to happen. So Larry wants to finish on the left, or he wants Amleto to finish on the right. Which do you think it is, guys?
I think Larry wants to finish on the left, and more than maybe Larry wanting to finish on the left is he wants the opportunity to end it. He wants to finish first with the chance to close it out.
And I think since he's playing so deep and he's in front of the ball return, he's got more lane to play with being on the left lane.
Another great point.
Here we go for the title. And Amleto trying to get back in the winner's circle for the first time since 2022. Larry, as you may have heard Tony mention, has won 8 regionals, but this would be his first national title.
17.38 first shot there for Amleto. He is firing it.
He's not easing up. You can throw it that hard, Tom.
I can. Yes, sir.
I have no chance. Before you ever throw it out there.
Well,
ooh,
what was that?
Well, I think he thought it was going to go Brooklyn or through the nose, and it kind of held, and he got the benefit of just having a 9-pin.
Usually you don't see a pin in front of the 9 like that, though. That was weird.
No, that was the 4-pin, I think, bouncing over there. Interesting. He pointed like he needed it to hook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's solid 9. Huh.
And his speed's 14.7. A big difference in the amount of velocity going down the lane.
Can't wait to see that right side view from how he's playing over there on that right lane. We'll get a great look at that. This one's going to be a nice look right over his shoulder. Be able to see just how different these two players are playing the lanes.
Well, he's standing on 45.
Well, he's comfortable.
Technically,
left.
he's on 22, Tom,
Yeah.
almost.
He's on the other lane.
Oops. A little bit light.
He might be so deep he's found some extra skid through the front.
Yeah, he's got to get it over there.
And you know, bowling for his first major, first PBA title and it being a major, there's got to be some nerves going on.
And he's had to wait. You know, it'd be one thing if you get the charge out of the gate and get started, but he's had to wait.
And that was 15-3 as well, so that one was a little faster.
Whoa.
No.
Okay. That, there for a minute, I thought he was going to miss that right.
No, part of the curving crowd.
So maybe a little amped, a little quick there in the second from Larry.
Well, Amleto could make him really amped if he hits a double here.
Well, I think Amleto liked this lane way better. Still with the GB5 hybrid.
And can't get the mix, but does get the 8 out.
Ball just didn't peel off the back end like he was hoping for.
Yeah, I thought he had a little more hold on the right lane
Exactly.
than he did. That when he got over there,
And he
that
threw-
wasn't hard. It was only 16-7.
right.
That was just a touch slower than he has been throwing it. And he's on that one. I know the answer. Oh, his first title. I thought his first title was in Japan.
Columbus, Ohio.
I really thought it was in Japan. I'll be darned.
He beat Chris Warren.
Wait,
Ooh.
nope. It's just going to spin around in circles.
17.4. He's not letting up on the juice on the left lane.
Yeah, he is dead firing it.
He won in Columbus in 1990. He beat Squeaks, but his first title was 87 in Japan. By the time he won in Columbus, he had already picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 titles.
Good spare. So the good news for Larry is Amleto did not step up and pull away from him.
That's got to ease the nerves a little bit.
I would think so, yeah. I mean, and also Larry has to understand that, you know, he knows who he's bowling against. He knows Amleto's history.
There you go. That's
Not making the turn.
Wow.
8-10.
Now, I've not seen an 8-10 all week. We've seen a lot of things, but not an 8-10.
well, that was basically a 2-8-10 where the two fell out of it. And the one thing that I think happened there, you can see him stand up. He popped out of that shot.
Well, he's so deep, and I think he's just wanting to curve it. You know, for him, his benefit, the ball returns are far enough back, but it's kind of odd to see a guy take a 5-step approach in front of the ball return unless there's enough room. Normally, when you get in front of the ball return,
why not?
I'll almost bounce that. It's normally 3 or 4 steps.
The other thing, Tom, we've been talking about how flat they are in the middle, and it overhooking when you don't get it to the right, but as deep as Larry's playing, that almost reverses that, and I don't think Larry on the last 2 shots has got it far enough to the right for it to pick up and hook. He's not getting it over to the friction that has been created by all the play through the first 3 matches.
Larry was 17th in the Webb and 11th in the Roth, and number 1 here, but trying to finish number 1.
Well, we talked about that the other night. You know, you look for the friction.
There we go.
There you found the friction.
Sigh relief for Verble for sure. Now what will Amleto do? Will he make Verble pay for the open frame?
See Amleto changing his thumb grip back to the other ball.
Shot on this lane in the second frame was pretty light. Left him with a 2-pin. Could have been worse.
That looked left again.
And that one's heavy and leaves him with another pin to shoot at.
Looks like he's pressing a little bit to me.
Well, remember how many he's made a ton of shows lately. In the last couple of years and hasn't come through. In the final the other night, he was 3rd at the USBC Senior Masters in a show where he bowled a 300 and then got beat by Dan Knowlton. You know, despite the fact that he's got 260 titles, 10 50 titles, 20 PBA titles, it's been 4 years. And I imagine there's got to be a level of frustration there to make as many shows as he has and not get wins. But he looks in rhythm on his spares.
That's a good thing.
He looks very solid on his spares.
And that has been one of the reasons he doesn't have a title in the last 4 years, quite honestly, is he's had some moments in finals or even in qualifying where his spare game won't always be solid, but it's been good so far.
And again, you see him taking that vice out of that thumb, going to the different ball, gonna slow things down, take a little time.
That and a little tape, it looks like.
Looks like he needs a piece of tape.
And, you know, talking about now, you guys think he might be a touch amped up. This will slow him down a little bit.
Oh.
And it didn't help one bit.
He never got that one to the right.
Nope, not nearly close.
Speed was good, 17.4. That's what he's been doing, but
He just, maybe that piece of tape made him hold on to it a little longer, or he just grabbed it. Obviously something happened, but.
Big advantage for Verble, who had his own problems in the third. But Amleto also takes a chunk out of his count with that. Coming off a spare.
Verbs can take the lead right now.
yeah, with just a couple of marks, technically he did. 231 the max for Amleto. Larry can still bowl 255.
Amleto can only do 231 now. And
Oh my goodness. Wow.
the break of the match, possibly.
Wow.
Holy
Wow, that was a
smokes.
410, and he got the love tap to get that 4 out of there. Unbelievable. Well, that keeps the match within 3 pins.
That's crazy. And stepping back just a little bit. He had a hard time in the qualifying for the Webb with this shot right here. Missed 7 of them. And then spent a little practice time, a little punishment to get better at it.
There you go. Practice paid off.
Yeah, 4-pin advantage for Verble.
At least he's in the frame of the monitor.
Oops. Now, when we zip in, though, when we zoom in, he kind of loses a little Larry there. And looks pretty good.
He likes the left lane. Amleto's got to figure out this right lane. He thought he had that figured out, and then they keep creeping up higher and higher. So either he's going to have to move and let it open up a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's a little lost. He 2-pinned the first shot over here, and then he 4-pinned the second shot. What does he do here in the 6th? Little loft.
He curves it.
Yeah, a little loft on that one. Speed was about the same, 14.72. His speed control has been incredible. A lot of times when you're trying to throw it harder than you normally throw it, you can amp one or, you know, forget that you're doing that and slow one down. But his speed control has been incredible.
So this last time on this lane was that Greek church. Just a poor shot.
Does he move, or does he just try to throw it harder?
To me, it looked like he kind of cheated left when he set up.
He did.
Oh, wow. He threw it out the window.
Yeah, he tried to go with the loft that he went with on the right lane. Sure looked like, and he kind of airmailed that one.
Ooh, this is not looking good.
No, 2-4-8-10.
This is not looking
I
good.
can't tell whether it says 1706 or 86 on the monitor over there. Yeah, so just a little bit slower.
Yeah, he's been in the 17.4s.
And that one just got way out right.
Yeah.
Never gave it a chance.
He can make this as much as he can curve the ball. How about that?
Oh, wow.
How about that
And
spare?
he just slapped his watch right off his wrist.
He almost lost his watch.
That is not the way it normally gets made. As we look at the replay, watch this. It's not the 2-pin that gets it. Watch this. It's the 8-pin.
that gets it. That's unusual. Very unusual.
The 2-pin went right around the 10. Could have been an awful break.
The 4 hits the 8 and slides it over into the 10.
However, Verble still has the advantage.
There's too many red circles up there on that monitor.
Oh, same, yeah. 3 total, 2 for Amleto on the same lane. The last 2 shots. Verble for a double.
That looked way left.
Yeah.
And I thought he was going to get a Brooklyn break that time.
I did too. It actually didn't go as far left as I thought it was going to go. Wow. This is like, I don't want it, you can have it.
Well, I think it's pressure on both.
Oh,
Yeah.
no
Larry
doubt.
trying to get his first title. Davis has just talked about how many times Amleto has been on there and hasn't made it. The pressure's kicking in with 4 frames to go.
Well, you definitely know it's pressure for Larry.
Well, he's handling the makeables very well. The only red circle was an 8-10. Everything else he's made. He goes back to a lane where he struck the last 2 times. He leads in the max by 4 thanks to that rather miraculous save by Monacelli. But we're not seeing the Amleto that strings with stringing strikes at the end of the qualifying either.
Well, I said the last couple of games, the 8th, 9th, and 10th, this is where the games are won, and the guys seem to figure it out. We'll see who puts together the most strikes.
Loves that lane.
Yeah, Larry's got great rhythm on that left lane. I think he wanted to finish there because he can get farther left and he feels way more comfortable. And he's going to be a force to be reckoned with, especially he gets to finish on that in the 10th.
Yeah. He will have a chance to win this tournament on that left lane, assuming he can get a hit in the 9th, regardless of what Amleto does. Amleto cannot lock him out, and Amleto will have to sit there and wonder what Verble can do. First, of course, Amleto's got to make his statement. He desperately needs a double. Otherwise, he makes life super easy for Verble.
Yeah, the loft was the key on the right lane.
Yeah, what are we going to do on the left?
Yeah, boy, that's a great question.
What are we going to do on the left?
It's.
I think he's going to try the loft again, Tom. I really do. But I think he's just got to control it. For him, it seems that left lane is hooking so much more that when he tried to throw the loft, he just threw it too far to the right.
Luckily for him, this is the last shot on this lane, but it's got to be pure.
Yeah, he has no choice.
That's online.
Oh, he got.
And he got the break.
Man, he's had some.
He's had some unbelievable breaks this game so far.
All right, now he has to sit and watch. And what will Larry Verble leave him? Will Larry give him a chance, or is Larry going to lock it down?
I think if Larry strikes here, this could be.
I think, in my opinion, this is the shot of the tournament for Larry. 9-pin, light, 8-10. That was basically a 2-10. Then the 9-pin was a light swisher 4-10. So he made the adjustment. It was a 6-10 last time. I don't think he trusted it. I really do think this is the shot of the tournament for Larry.
He gets this one. I honestly think he'll strike out.
I do as well.
In front of the ball return is Verble for this one.
Is that left?
In the pocket.
What a shot.
Wow, that was unbelievable. That was great.
What an answer.
Great.
Now, big slap of the hands.
And taking a re-rack.
Asked for the re-rack. I love this play.
Slow it down. Make the other guy wait a little longer.
I don't think
he's
it's that.
slowing himself down, don't you?
Yeah, I agree, Dave. 100% all.
Yeah, I do. I really do. I think coming off of that emotional outburst, I know where Tom is going with this because I've seen you do this.
Absolutely.
You make that big shot. Now you feel like, okay, now I have it in my hands. Nobody can take this away from me. I just have to, it's just me and the pins. And he wants a moment. And I think that's, listen, he may throw this anywhere, but I think that was a wise decision.
Yeah, that was the big shot. Now you can't relax on the lane that you had. Took his time, asked for the re-rack.
Now you just got to execute. A double will take
double
care
locks
of business.
it up.
Yep.
Oh, looks good.
Get there. What a shot from Larry Verble.
One more time, and he is a champion on the national circuit for the first time.
He's got another re-rack. He can slow it back down.
Well, there wasn't as much celebration on that lane. I think the shot on the right lane was the shot of the match.
He's taking a re-rack,
in my opinion.
And he knew that too. Of course, he could. How couldn't he know it? But
right.
I think he felt that one more than he felt that last one, and he's going to burn that second re-rack. Tom, you're right.
Yeah. No gamesmanship at all. This is all Larry doing what he feels he needs to do to throw the best shot I mean, this is basically the shot of his life right here.
He'll need 7 more if he gets this one here. And he's looked dominant on this lane the last several shots. Can he throw one more?
I think it's there. It's there.
Pretty good shot.
Yeah, that was
Great
All right.
shot.
Now he needs 7.
that was a phenomenal shot with the pressure he's got going on.
Cannot relax yet, though.
No.
Still needs 7.
And he's out of re-racks. Take a look at this again.
Absolutely beautiful.
7 or greater, and he is your champion. If he somehow does worse than that, he opens the door for Amleto.
I think he's going to shut the door.
I agree.
He's got to feel comfortable knowing what lane he's on and how well he's thrown it on this lane. Let's see if he follows through.
That's there. That's there.
He
Eight's
got
enough.
it. He got it. He got it.
Verble,
8's the winner.
PBA60.
He is Verbalicious. Larry Verble is a PBA national champion, winning the PBA 60 World Championship, defeating Hall of Famer Amleto Monacelli. He's going to go take a little walk.
He can go cry.
Yep.
Should I tell him it's okay?
No, yeah, he can do it on camera. You do. What the heck? Get back here, Larry. Where are you going?
Yeah, you do it every win, for God's sake.
I got Jurek the other day. I've gotten Brad. I've gotten Tom. I want to get Larry. Add to my collection.
Amleto finishing up just to get out of the way so that Dave Lamont down on the lanes for the presentation of Larry Verble's first national title, and it's a major.
Amleto, second runner-up of the week. Great champion, great performance. What a spare to make the 2-4-8-10. He made the adjustment going to the loft. Unfortunately, just the one bad shot that, you know, he didn't, even if he rings, you know what I mean, if that's a 9 spare, still the same result, but pressure spare to keep the pressure on Larry. Final will be 213, 210.
210.
Second place finisher. He had an outstanding World Series PBA Hall of Fame.
Unbelievable final match.
Monacelli.